Well, I tried to walk away from this. I tried to move on from the topic, but we're diving back into Unity because they just admitted to trying to hide their terms of service to people online. I thought I was done with this. If you're new to this channel, subscribe because I've been covering this topic with Unity and the game devs. I've actually made a playlist of it. Subscribe to the channel because we've been growing from this, and I thought I was done with this. I honestly thought I was going to be able to look back and not worry about it, but it looks like Forbes uncovered one of the responses that we saw after they put up the letter on Twitter, and a few people asking some questions about the terms of service. Now, their original terms of service was on a GitHub document that was out on the internet for devs to constantly be able to take a look at and be able to see what's going on with it. And Unity says they removed its terms of service because the views were so low. So what's low? What's low, Unity? 200,000, 100,000, 2, 3, 4, 10? It doesn't matter at this point how low the views were. It's the fact that you did it, and now you're admitting to it, that you tried to hide this. This is absolutely dirty dev material. It's absolute, just disgusting to see this. Unity has flipped the switch to become one of the most baffling companies in the video game industry overnight. You think? Just a little bit here, Forbes. I can't help but to sit here and look at this article and go, you hit the nail on the head. After rolling out some changes that their newly announced controversial fee structure meant to not harm small games while still ranking in revenue from whales like Genshin Impact, the company's Twitter account has taken to responding to individual concerns. So if you go over to the Unity and you look at this article, this is after they posted the open letter. We got David Alexander Valores responding here, and then they come down here and they go, in the recent post, we will make sure that you stay on the terms applicable for the versions of Unity editor you were using as long as you are using that version. How is this enshrined into future in terms of service so that it too can't be retroactively changed? I think a lot of trust needs to be regained, and a lot of people are still worried about there could be a large changes out of the blue. How will this be enforced? No one wants to work on a game for 2 to 3 years and all of a sudden have new fees pop up because terms of service were changed. People were saying that the old terms of service was changed from Git and replaced. How are we going to have guarantees moving forward that people can lock in agreements based on the versions they are using? Thank you. And the response here is, I totally hear your frustrations. Just to echo what Mark said, we are sorry for our earlier actions. Please stay with us. We are sorry we tried to take away this toy. We are sorry we took away the means for you to make a living. We are sorry that you're here using our well thought out engine to try and make a game that happened to be running smoothly. Devs are running for the hills, and I don't blame them. Generally disappointed with how our removal of the in terms of service has been framed across the internet. We removed it way before the pricing change was announced because the views were so low. Not because we didn't want people to see it. What? What? Seriously. So you removed it because the views were so low, but not because you didn't want people to see it. What? Did you pull out a Glock and cock it and shoot yourself in the foot? Because that's what you just did here. Are you kidding me? And we have heard the concerns from the community about the TOS and TOS loud and clear. This new runtime fee policy only applies to the beginning with their next LTS version of Unity shipping in 2024 and beyond. And Mark's response is true. You can stay on the terms applicable for the version of Unity you are using as long as you keep using that version. And then they go on saying you can go check out the fireside chat, which I've already done. Let's go back to this. Generally disappointed how a removal of the terms of service has been framed across the internet. How is it framed any differently? It was there. You guys said at one point that you could stay on original terms of service, and then you walk that back, and now you come back with the story that you removed it because the views on the terms of service on the GitHub was low. Like, no, that's not how this works, and a court of law will eat you up for something like this. I don't get it. You know, a lot of times when you're making statements like this, you should probably go through a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm just putting my own commentary on this, and this is absolutely crazy to see that it's at this point. I don't blame anyone not wanting to trust Unity. I don't blame anyone walking away from this company at this point, because it just seems that the right hand and the left hand don't know where they meet in the middle. It's what I don't know where else they can take this. I think the new version of it, I think there's some details missing from it. I think there's some fine print that needs to be ironed out, and I think the current deal is not going to be beneficial in the long run because it's still tied to initial downloads and installs. I don't think it's completely tied to revenue and in order to get like a custom deal, you got to install all their apps, and then they're dealing with a lot of other things. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I don't see it surviving. And on top of the allegedly illegal insider trading that's possibly going on with Unity, I don't see them surviving, or I see them getting bought up by someone very, very quickly and moved on. They even had a $20 billion bid for the company, and they said it wasn't going to be conducive to making money with the company or something like that. It was a very strange way to not take the deal. It sounded like they were keeping their current deal to go forward and not worry about that. This whole thing is asinine at this point. I hope I can move on from Unity, because I tell you, it just seems that they've only got another foot left. They can maybe blow that one off on another day. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say with Unity anymore. Thanks for watching. I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix Cinder Shadow. I'm signing off here. Have yourselves a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.